is up, my scaredy cat crew? My name is ScaredLuna, and welcome to I'm Scared of Darkness. This was just released today, actually, on itch, and it's a text-based game. And it's actually one of my favorite types of games to play. I've always been obsessed with them, and I really like it. So, sorry if it looks weird. This is the only size it comes in, but I don't want it in, like, a single window, like, tiny. So, I have it like this. My eye is itchy. So, press 1 and confirm with enter to play. Okay. You wake up in a dark room without windows. You don't know where you are or how you got here, but this place looks familiar. You find a flashlight next to you. As you test it, it's like it's very weak and you just decide to keep it off. You look around. The small room you are in is dark, but it's still possible to see. Silence is disturbed only by the sound of dripping water. The floor is sticky and has a metallic smell. The only furniture in this room is an old, broken table. You walk closer and examine the papers laying upon it. There are many paper pages full of scribblings without any sense or connection. After a while, you decide to continue on and explore this building. In this room, there aren't any clues, and being here makes you nervous. You exit the room by the only door and enter a corridor. There are old broken stairs leading upwards, neater stairs leading downward, and a single store on the right. Where do you go? Let's go right. Yeah. You are entering a room on the right. This room is also dark, and the sound of dripping water is getting loud. The metallic smell is dreadful. As you walk through, you feel something squishy under your feet. You curiously pick it up. It's minced meat. You throw it away disgusted and wipe your hand on a nearby wall. You look for a switch to turn on the lights so you can see more clearly. As you feel the walls and come across something soft and sticky, take it from the wall. It's painting, but very odd with the black eye symbol painted on it. It's made of meat. Maggots and worms crawl around it. You put it on the floor. After minutes of searching in the dark, you find nothing and decide to keep going. After minutes of searching in the dark, you decide to keep going. You go back to the corridor. Suddenly, you feel that something is grabbing your shoulder. You see that the stairs downstairs are blocked by some odd shadow figures. Do you walk or run upstairs? I'm gonna run. Oh shit! You ran quickly upstairs, but in the middle of them stairs, the stairs break under your weight. You fell down and twisted your neck. Bad end one. Unhappy accident. Oh, there's different endings. Press any key and confirm with enter to go back to the menu. Okay. Let's do this again. This is fun. Okay, I'm gonna go right again. We're going to walk upstairs. And carefully walk upstairs. You are now in a very dark room where you can't see anything. You quickly close the door and with shaking hands turn on the flashlight. Its weak light barely lets you see. Sorry, my throat hurts. You walk through the darkness and suddenly you notice glowing eyes looking at you full of hatred. You carefully step back in fear. You notice that this room is full of terrifying shadow creatures. They are all observing you in silence. They do not move, and their bodies only wave like smoke. You slowly move back to the door only to find it appears to be stuck. The creatures start crawling closer and reach with their claws. They begin to attack. Do you fight or run away? Ooh, I'm a fight! Shit! You decide to fight with the monsters despite not having any weapons. As you approach them, you start to feel unstandable fear and your vision begins to blur. It almost felt like this was a dream, but just barely. The monster gave you nightmares, visions, and made you feel defenseless. The last thing you noticed were shadow hands reaching for your face. Bad attitude. Killed by darkness. Fuck. Sorry guys. My throat is thrashed today. Okay, let's do this again. Okay, we're gonna go right, walk upstairs, and run. You decide to run away. You quickly look around, noticing a door on the other side of the room. You quickly run in their direction and try to avoid contact with any of the monsters. As you pass by the monsters, you feel a piercing fear, but manage to overcome it. Somebody rolled a nat 20 fighting fear. The door was open, so in one swift motion you push through it and slam the door behind you. It is now much brighter and there aren't any monsters in sight. You sit down exhausted and close your eyes. Suddenly, you start hearing whispers that call your name. You quickly open your eyes and look around. There isn't anyone here, but the whispers start getting louder. You realize that the sound is coming from the ventilation. You feel the urge to follow the voices. You want to leave your inn for someplace safer, then consider your options. You could go through the vent or through the half-open door on the other side of the room. Follow the whispers or go the other way. Go the other way. Never follow the voices. You come through half-open doors and delicately close them behind you. You are in a room full of barricaded doors. On every single door is a message written with blood. I was here. Whole walls are covered with bloody scribbling. You have examined the doors one by one. You know you can't go back anyways. From one of the doors, you remove boards that barricade them. Out of the corner of your eyes, you notice that the doors through which you entered start to open slowly. You have to run. Let's go. The doors you came through lead you to the next room. Before entering, you look around to make sure nobody is inside. It's too dark to see, so you turn on your weak flashlight. There isn't anything in the room besides rows of doors on every wall in the room. It is cold and wet in this room. The walls are covered in mold and scratchings. After a short while of exploring, you don't find anything interesting and you decide to keep going. Suddenly, from the darkness, a shadow... Ooh, there's my Twitch if you wanted to see my Twitch. I did not mean to do that, but shameless plug, I fucking guess. Fuck, where was I? Suddenly, from the darkness, a shadow hand starts reaching towards you. At the same exact time, you see glowing eyes all around you. You are trapped, and you start seeing nightmarish visions from these monsters. You need to act quickly. Do you fight, or do you try to escape? I'm gonna run. You run away through the first open door. You slam the door You shut the door behind you and turn off your flashlight. You lean on the wall and listen. When you confirm you are safe, you examine your surroundings. This room is much different than the other ones. It's well lit and full of high-quality furniture. You examine the shelves and lockers, most of them being empty. You also find lots of notes about human anatomy and experiments made on the human body. You decide not to examine them too much. Beside them, you find the Bible standing upside down on the lowest shelf of the bookcase. You see that some of the pages are marked. You pick it up and decide to keep it with you. Do you read the Bible like you're going? Let's read it. I'm not religious in any sense, but what does it say? You decide to check the marked pages in the Bible. The first thing you notice is something engraved on the back of the Bible with some sort of sharp tool. It reads, "Sun shines so pretty." You open the Bible and check the marked pages. Somebody marked the sentence, "Even if I walk in a dark valley, I will not be afraid of evil." Next to it, someone drew monsters and named them. You recognize the one named Nightmares. There are also maggot-like monsters you didn't recognize called Sins. On the rest of the marked pages, there were single letters from the text that were underlined. The letters spell out, "Fight them with the Bible." After examining the Bible, you decide to keep going. The doors on the right catch your attention. Sorry if my voice is cracking. All of a sudden, sore. Wow, I'm surprised that's still going. Good. Oh my god, I did not warm up. It's also like 9 o'clock at night, so I thought it would be fun. And before I played this, I played Tortured Souls. So I'm not sure which one of these went up first, but yeah. You come into a huge hall. Looks like some kind of factory. You're a little baffled, but you decide not to think about it. You examine some of the machines with curiosity. Suddenly, the upper lamps turn on, and the hall lights up. Thanks to you, you found the source of that metallic smell. And one of the machines is a human corpse from which blood dripped onto the floor. You find a lever and push it, starting up all the machinery. The corpse is milled, and the flesh from it falls onto the floor with a loud splash. You notice that the room begins to fill with blood, leaking from machines and running the walls. You see stairs leading upwards and decide to get up there. Out of there. Let's keep going. You watch the rising level of blood from the stairs. Luckily, after a while, the machines turn off and liquid level starts rising. Feeling the relief, you come into the next room through the door at the end of the stairs. The room looks like a long corridor. It is pretty dark and cold. You slowly start to go through it. After walking for a while, you find a sentence scratched from the wall. It doesn't matter. We aren't free. You look at it for a while and then you keep going. While the corridor turns to the right. You see a creepy face in front of you. Oh, sorry, I zoned out for a second. It looks at you and it seems to be talking to you, but you don't hear anything. Something inside your head tells you to touch it. You look around hesitantly and there is a way on the left. Let me tell you guys something about this type of shenanigans. If you're hearing shit in your head, and you're looking at something creepy, you do not listen to what's in your head. You go bye-bye. You run. You decide not to touch this creepy face and you quickly go to the left. You keep going through the corridor, which seems to be endless. With every step, it gets darker and darker. Finally, you can't see anything. Let's turn on a flashlight. Hang on. My throat really hurts. That's better. After turning on the flashlight, you see further part of the corridor. The battery in the flashlight, God, I can't talk tonight, is almost dead, so you hope that soon will be an end to this darkness. You decide to start going faster. The corridor is merciless, that word long, and you lose sense of the time. Still, you feel like you are going still in one place. You cut your finger with the page of the Bible and paint X on the wall to make sure it isn't another trap of this wicked building. Suddenly, you're starting to feel watched. There are nightmares again. Said to use the Bible. You decide not to fight without a weapon, but instead use the Bible. You open it and read some verses. You close your eyes for a second, and when you open them, you see that you're falling into the void. You start to scream in fear, but your voice is muffled. You feel that you are falling faster and faster. You feel it's going to be the end. You close your eyes again and start to pray. After a while, you stop feeling the air rush. You slowly open eyes, and then you see your mother. You don't know how she got there, but the only thing you wish for is to hug for. You reach your arms in her direction, and then her eyes become black and her mouth turns into jaws full of sharp bits. Oh my God, what was that? Oh, that was disgusting. I had like a bubble in my throat. What was that? Oh, that was disgusting. Let's try water. Thank you, Ocean Man. So, mouth changes into jaws of sharp fangs. What was that? Then you notice a piece of paper with words written on it. And if you want to go to heaven, not knowing what that's supposed to be, you hide it in your pocket. You have to choose where you are going, hole in wall or the other way. find the other way. Let's go through the hole in the wall because it is, you can see that, you know it. You decide to go through the hole in the wall. You slowly push through and finally you're in a little room. You have to go leaning, not You have to go on leaning down not to hit the ceiling through a labyrinth of empty bookcases, which are standing in the whole room. Your back hurts, but you know you have to continue walking. You're walking for some time, the labyrinth seems to be looped. Then you start hearing footsteps behind you. You look around and see bloody footprints right behind you. You start to run through the labyrinth, the low ceiling making it harder. It makes you slower. You finally reach the door. You run through it and you are again in the corridor. You move quickly ahead and finally you find door marked exit. You open it and seeing darkness inside you try to turn on the flashlight. Battery is dead. You have to go in blind. Let's go. You slowly move ahead in the pitch black. You again smell blood and fresh meat. Beside it, you hear suspicious crunching and munching. Ugh. You walk quietly and slowly to make sure the thing making these sounds won't notice you. Suddenly, you take a stumble on a step and fall loudly on the floor. All sounds stop, and you hear something come close to you. You hear the sound of insect legs getting closer. In the darkness, you see only the outline of the maggot-looking creatures. They are huge and they smell like death. You recognize them as the monsters drawn in the Bible. Since you see that they are preparing to attack, you have to decide: use the Bible, run away, or fight them. Use the Bible. You decide to use the Bible. You open it and start to quote the first verse you see. The monsters begin to vaporize and melt with terrifying squeals and whines. The only thing left of them is the black stain and a stench of the burned body. You keep going. Finally, you come across the doorway that you can't open anyways. Resigned, you decide to return. When you come to the door which previously led to the corridor, you notice surprisingly that they now lead to some place full of hospital beds. You hear that door you came through slam shut behind you. You turn around to see a creature without a head coming towards your direction. It seems to sense your presence. You have to get out of there. Do you crawl under the beds or quickly run away? I'ma hide. If anything Amnesia taught me, it's you hide. To escape from the headless monster, you decide to hide under the beds and crawl to the exit. My God. You jump under the first bed, then slowly start crawling away. You're doing it in absolute silence, hoping the monster can't hear you. You hear the monster slowly coming in your direction. You also notice a hole in the floor. This is your chance. You keep hiding and slowly move closer to the hole. I keep zoning out. I don't know why. I'm sorry. Suddenly you feel something grab your leg. The headless creature found you. You kick the monster away, accidentally ripping off its arm. The monster staggers in pain as you quickly move in the direction of the hole. As you're ready, you're escaped. You see that the monster disappears like it was never there. Besides that, you don't want to be in here anymore. Let's go. You enter the lower floor. I don't know why I wasn't doing that earlier. There's a musty smell of rot. The room is decently lit, so you see the source of the smell, a rotten pile of meat. It is human flesh. You can tell by the parts of the human corpse you can identify. Your head is spinning, and you have weird flashes of something which looks like your past. Exhausted, you sit on the ground and try to collect thoughts. You feel like someone is shaking you and hugging you. The touch is cold and unpleasant. You sit like this for a while until everything stops. You don't get what's going on with you. You watch in this nightmare. Oh no. You notice the knife stuck at the piece of meat next to you. Oh no. You decide to take it. It's better to have a weapon rather than down in this wicked building. My throat hurts, but I want to see where this goes. I'm sorry, guys. You pick up the knife and slowly get up. Your head is still spinning, but you decide to keep going. You want to leave this nasty room as soon as possible. Without the problem, You know the doors and move in their direction. They are open, so you go into the next room. Inside is again dimness, but at least you can see something. You can see that someone scribbled some letters on the floor. They don't make any sense. You look at them with hope that they might be some kind of code. Then the letters start to disappear, only three of them left, making the word die. You feel someone's breath on your neck. You turn around and see a group of nightmares. You slowly move away from them, watching their move. They follow you. You have to run or fight. Let's try to fight with the knife and see where that goes. Damn! You decide to use the knife you have found and fight them. You cut the air in front of you with it and slowly come closer to the nightmares. You're trying to stab the first one, but the knife comes through, like through smoke. Now you see that it was a huge mistake. You feel the nightmares grab your arms and legs and start to yank you. Yank! In delusion sent by them, you see that you are tied up and closed in a small dark room. You get your senses back for a while. Nightmares rip apart your body. You scream, bad and too killed by darkness. Okay. So, kind of glad it ended there because my throat, I can't keep talking anymore. This is really interesting. Let me know if you guys want a part 2. Because I really, really like this. This is interesting and I'm excited to see more of the storyline and what happens. So, let's see if I can do the outro. Okay, so, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, scare that like button to death. And I'll see all you scaredy cats in the next video. Thank God I could do that. I need something hot to drink.